Well, hi everybody, and welcome to the fourth week of the new year. Pretty incredible. Yeah, I find it sometimes I need to check in and see, really, we're in our fourth week already? And I suppose the question is, fourth week, how are you doing? How's the new year treating you? What have you changed? What have you taken on that you've stuck with? Or what have you taken on that you have dropped the ball on potentially? Or what's actually going on? Absolutely love to hear from you, by the way. Love when I get email backs and love when I get comments. And it's not about beating oneself up. It really is about, it's really about just giving a little bit of insight as regards some of the things that I've learned, talking about how we can actually help each other actually move forward. Because one of the things I've learned this week is that I've kind of known this forever, but you know how sometimes you can know something for a long time and then eventually it comes right into your awareness. I guess you have the same type of experience. And so one of the things that I have really want to share this week, or actually two things. So the first one is that consistency actually wins the race. So when, 1st of January hit, and sometimes we have these massive, some of us do, massive goals or massive big aspirations or massive whatever it actually happens to be. But, and then, you might get off and some people do things fantastic, and stay with them. But for most people, what happens is they start off great and then they lose the momentum. Yeah. They just kind of go, oh, and then you're kind of like, oh, I didn't do it yesterday and I haven't done it now. And oh, well, and then it kind of just gets lost in that kind of like gray noise. Yeah. And so one of the things that I have decided to do is I've decided to actually, I went through my life and I went and looked at the 4 quadrants, which are basically 4 areas in my life that I want to do some improvements on. And then within that 4 areas, I put down tiny little tasks. One of them is under the heading, for example, mindfulness. It's 15 minutes of meditation. So I know that if I do 15 minutes of meditation every day, that I will have a lot more meditation done if I actually put it on a list and actually hold myself accountable to it, than having this aspiration to do something. Oh, I must do that, I'll do it. Then we get too tired, we couldn't be bothered, we watch Netflix, and then just basically all goes out the window, yeah? But it doesn't even have to be 15 minutes, because one of the things I learned during the week on the Mind of George Bryan podcast is that when we set up ourselves something like, for example, my meditation, I've committed that I want to do 15 minutes of just having a silent mind every day. So ideally I would do 15 minutes, yeah, but there's going to be some days out there where it's just, things are not going to work according to plan. My life is same as your life, yes, sometimes things get a bit railroaded. So basically, put down your ideal and then put down your minimum. So my minimum on meditation would be 5 minutes, yeah? So truly, within 24 hours, is there any excuse that says that I cannot actually allocate 5 minutes of my day to meditate? Of course there's not. If I'm giving myself that reason which is really an excuse, then basically I'm BSing myself. That is so not true. So a suggestion or a tip for this week would be, pick something. First of all, maybe pick 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever number of quadrants that are in your life. You just choose and think, all right, okay, if I did X in that area, like if I did that every day, how much further would I be away by week 16 of this year or by week 20 of this year? You'd be so much further away. I mean, this could be as simple as things like, if there's somebody watching this, some people who are on my database, I know are budding hypnotherapists, and sometimes doing videos can be really, really, it can be very off-putting, but even getting into the habit of getting into the practice of actually doing a video that you don't even have to share with anybody, but actually doing a daily video of 1 minute a day, you'd have a lot more video and a lot more confidence by the middle of the year. I'm just using that as an example. Everybody's got something that they want to achieve that they haven't quite been getting their handle on. Everybody, it's just human. So that's the very first thing I want to suggest is have a look at the areas of your life and then pick something and go, all right, look, I really would love to start creating that as part of my daily routine. And then put a quantity on it, going, this is my ideal and this is my minimum. And you've really got to be hold yourself accountable. Tell your partner, tell your friend, post it somewhere, do whatever, send a message to me and go, all right, this is actually what I'm committing to. And then that's it. It's really as they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Same deal. How do you achieve that goal, that potentially, or that new habit that maybe you had for the first 7 days of January, now it's falling apart week 4. You start and you go, all right, look, this is the little bit that I'm going to do every day that ultimately will build momentum. And then on a side note, I want to start a huge shout out and a huge thank you for those people who are on my beta Evolve Your Anxious Brain. I genuinely, from my heart, because we are 2/3 of the way there now. We're getting there, and I know some of you are like right on the money and right up there, and I know some people are literally maybe a few weeks behind. The message is that's okay. It's like, this is not a race, it's not a sprint. This is about, okay, and if you've missed a week or you've missed a few days, again, it's just getting back on the horse. But I got a beautiful message from somebody, and you this person may be watching this video. She's not from Australia, she's from the complete other end of the world. And I was in communication with her on Messenger, and I found out that something quite significant. She got some significant news. There wasn't the best news for anyone to get, around the time that she signed on for the program. Something to do with health of a family member. And when I got the message saying that the program has really helped her on how she's been dealing with it, do you know what? Honestly, that's what gets me up in the morning, to think that the work that I do can actually make a difference in somebody's life. Does that mean she's got no anxiety? Does people ever have no anxiety? No. What I'm doing is I am putting together a toolkit for people. So you actually have a toolkit. So if something comes up, you literally open your kit and you go, all right, okay, I know I can use this and this, and you can get yourself out of it really, really quickly. This whole thing about taking a pill and getting rid of anxiety, sorry, truth is absolutely baloney. It's about having a kit that helps you master life the best way possible. So for anyone who is interested, who's got some stress or anxiety, the beta program is coming to a close in a few weeks' time, and the actual program will be available. It's going to be $97 a month, $97 a month, and it is literally self-paced. So if you're watching this video and you have anxiety, or you have excess stress, or you've got depression, or something that is aligned with anxiety, this is an ideal way to actually put your toe in the water. Or if you're watching this and you've got a teenager and they've got anxiety and they don't really like going and talking to somebody else, incredible, 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 incredible. They will get what they need to really, really be able to master life so much better. Anyway, that's it for me. This is week 4 of 2023. A little bit of time to think, all right, pause, put on the brake for a second, think, all right, what is it that I actually want to get out of this year? What is it that by the end of the year, I want to look back and think, wow, you know what, if nothing else, this is actually what I achieved. Love to hear from you as regards what is. See you next week. In the meantime, remember, you do not have to live with anxiety. See you then.